Hi, and thank you for joining in. It is episode 3 for Q4, and today we will be focusing on understanding the human nature. Let's get started. In the next couple of minutes, we will be attempting to address the following questions. What exactly is truth? Is it relative or absolute? How can I effectively define what is right and what is wrong? Let us start with this simple exercise. What color is this flower vase? Blue? Red? Pink? My guess is you are thinking it is pink, right? But how do you know that? You see, truth and our idea of right and wrong is hugely dependent on two things. One, our reference, and two, the source of that reference. What to remember thus far is 1. We identify truth and distinguish between right and wrong when in comparison to a reference. An idea or opinion either conforms or disconforms the reference. 2. The validity of our truth is therefore dependent on the integrity of the source of our reference. Today, there are a range of sources of these references, but for the sake of our study today, we will group them under just 3 sources: society, Satan, and God. The question is, if we had to screen each of these potential sources of references using the yardstick of knowledge base and the true intentions motivating each of the sources, whose opinion would you rather trust and accept as your ideal reference with which to calibrate every other opinion? Well, your guess is as good as mine. What to remember in this analogy? Whenever there is a conflict of opinion or ideas of what is right, the Word of God remains our ideal reference regardless of the logic, eloquence, and charisma of the alternative arguments. For instance, one of such areas of controversy has been the true nature of man. Today, there are a lot of opinions on the matter, but they all fall within 2 classes. The first opinion suggests a state of absolute unconsciousness or death. Another opinion, however, suggests a post-death conscious existence of the component parts of a human separated from the person. Now, this idea leads to the doctrine of 1. Immortality of the soul, from the "you shall not die, surely," suggested by the devil. 2. The hovering of conscious spirits that is sold by Hollywood. And 3. The teaching of purgatory. So, how then do we know which of these conflicting opinions is true? Well, the real question here should be, what is God's opinion on the matter? So here is God's opinion on the matter. At the start of life, the body from the dust plus the breath of God from God is equal to living soul. 2 separate component parts fuse together to form a single unit, the living soul. At death, there is a dissociation reaction disintegrating the formed unit to its original component parts, with each component part returning to its original source, so that the initial final product, the living soul, ceases to exist anymore. Now, back to the initial question. How do we know which of these two is the truth? Now, having consulted God's opinion on the matter, it is crystal clear now what opinion is correct. What do you think? Of course, opinion 1. What to remember here? Exploring God's opinion on all issues of conflicting opinion brings clarity on what is true and what is not. 2. Let the Word of God, the Bible, be our reference, not your favorite persons. Because these people, with all their good intentions, they are still humans, and humans are fallible, but God is not. Next Sabbath, we will be exploring the topic, the Old Testament hope. I remain your Sabbath Dodo, and I'll see you next Sabbath. Have a happy Sabbath.